Hello everybody, and welcome to a Pioneer video here on the channel. Today we are playing Blue-Black Rogues, and it's a very fun tempo aggro deck in the format that I have played a little bit and wanted to share with all of you because it's a pretty cool one as well. So the strategy of this deck is to operate at instant speed and then use rogue synergies as well as a little bit of mill to power up your cards. So the key package of the deck in terms of the rogues are 4 Thieves Guild Enforcers, a really nice 1-drop for the deck. Starts filling their graveyard, and when they get to 8 or more cards, becomes a very efficient creature. There's also 4 Soaring Thought-Thief, which is another really good rogue. It makes all your other rogues better and also helps mill them. Then there's 4 Faerie Mastermind, a new addition that punishes card draw decks and helps you pressure your opponent. And then the last rogue is Brazen Borrower, which is a nice tempo play and also just a little bit of interaction. There are 2 other rogues that often get considered. Midnight Scavenger is one that I've been thinking about trying, which I probably will try next time I play this deck. And then Xerath San is often played as a one-of. So both of those cards are things you can consider. To complement the rogues, there is 3 Kaito Shizukis, which is really nice. You can often just draw a card a turn with this, make a ninja, which can also be useful. I've been thinking about going up to 4 copies of this between the main deck and sideboard because it does seem like really good in certain matchups. There's 3 Sheoldreds as just a top-end card to really just punish aggro decks. And then there's a bunch of other stuff. So there's like 4 Drown in the Lochs, really good against pretty much every deck just because you mill them, and so you have a really efficient card that can do a lot of different things. You have 4 Thoughtseize as more interaction to mess with their hand. 3 Fatal Push, there's an extra one in the sideboard as well for those aggressive matchups. 1 Go for the Throat, 1 Heartless Act, just more kill spells. Maybe I need to add more of those. A Cling to Dust, if they have some problematic graveyard cards you want to have an answer. 1 Spell Pierce, and 1 Into the Story in the main just for some like a little bit of one-ofs that you can kind of sometimes really get good value out of. And then 1 Agadeem's Awakening in addition to 23 lands. The sideboard is something I'm still messing around with. It does have 5 counter spells, 2 Disdainful Strokes, which are just good against the big mana decks, 1 Negate, just overall pretty useful, and 2 Mystical Disputes for counterspell matchups. Then there's also a Fable Push, 2 Ray of Enfeeblements as some extra removal, 2 Noxious Grasp as well for those matchups, and then there's Witch's Vengeance, so pretty good anti-creature matchup, and then more Graveyard Hate in the form of 2 Hearses and 1 Cling to Dust. I played 2 practice matches just to warm up with this one, so we're going to be playing 3 matches with this deck so you can get a sense of how it plays out, and I will see you folks there. Welcome to round number 1. We have a very keepable hand, 3 lands, some decent interaction, a Faerie Mastermind if we do want to pressure them. So we'll just see what they're up to. We also have good mana. They're playing a white bordered plains, so we'll see what's up with the Thoughtseize. They did mulligan. Okay, so they're playing humans. What's this card? Each other human gets +1/+0 in Ward 1. I tend to like taking Adeline. But I have a Heartless Act for Adeline. And so I could take Coppercoat Vanguard, and then they play Thalia's Lieutenant. I Fatal Push that, and then they play Adeline. This Heartless Act can't kill anything if it has counters on it. So the Heartless Act can't kill the Lieutenant. So I'm going to take the Vanguard. And then I'll plan on using Heartless Act on Adeline. Yep, they play Lieutenant. Okay, so if they play Adeline, I just get to Heartless Act it. Luminarch Aspirant, okay. That's interesting. And a Hopeful Initiate. Okay. That's bad for me. Oh, maybe I was supposed to take the Adeline. glad I have an extra 2 Fatal Pushes in the deck somewhere. I'm going to just play Faerie Mastermind. Because now this turn I can play Fatal Push and Heartless Act. Okay. Counter on itself. Okay. Kill Adeline. And then I will Fatal Push the Luminarch Aspirant. They have no cards in hand. They have a 4/4 and a 2/3. Okay. Into the story. So if I can cast Thieves Guild Enforcer. Mill them for 2. Play Soaring Thought-Thief. Mill them for 2. Then attack. Mill them for another 2. And now I have a 2/3 that can block Mutavault, a 4/2 Death Touch that can block this guy. And then I'll be able to reload with an Into the Story. So really all I have to worry about is dealing with this Hopeful Initiate now. And I could eventually double block that even. It's gonna be harder for this to get bigger than a 3/4, and I can double block it. That's a great draw for me. This attack is going to let them know exactly what I have, pretty much. But since they have no cards in hand, I don't think they can really stop it. And I think it's worth not just exposing my cards completely face up. Oh, okay, that's bad for me. Okay. Okay, so they don't know exactly what I have. Attack them with this guy. I played a creature so that this thing wouldn't flip. Now I have a blocker for here and a blocker for here. And I've got a Thieves Guild Enforcer to flash in. Okay. I assume they get rid of the Soaring Thought-Thief. No, they get rid of that guy. Okay. Okay, so now that I've got... Now I've got him. Perfect. This is a matchup that my deck excels in. Because I've kind of built the deck to be good against aggro. That's kind of what I played a lot in my practice league. Maybe not the best strategy to just bias my deck towards what I'd practiced. I guess that maybe it's a fine strategy to bias against what you practiced against. But yeah, I think my deck, you can make some card choices that are making it better against Rakdos mid-range. And in my practice games, I played against that a couple times, and it wasn't as good as I would have hoped. But let's just say this is going to be a good matchup. I bring in Fatal Push, 2 Ray of Enfeeblement, 2 Noxious Grasps, and a Witch's Vengeance. And I just cut into the story. I cut 2 Brazen Borrowers, because those don't really do much. I cut a Spell Pierce. I cut a Cling to Dust. And I believe I'll cut two Kaitos. Because on the draw against that sort of deck, you can't really afford to use them. I could cut some Thoughtseizes, but I think they're fine. I probably should shave like 2 Thoughtseizes maybe. But I'll figure that out. 2 Thoughtseizes and keep the Brazen Borrowers in, it might be better. But I've got a very good matchup here, I think. Well, 7 lands, we have the mulligan. And now 1 land, but we're on the draw. We're going to keep this and ditch a Thoughtseize and hope for the best. What do I think of Faerie Mastermind compared to other cards made by World Championship winners? I think Faerie Mastermind is very strong. I think other World Championship players don't necessarily have cards that are as good. And we don't hit the land that we needed. I don't really want to go to 5, though. I could easily see myself just losing very badly here. Yeah, okay. Okay. Get wrecked, Nikolai. If I draw a swamp here, and I'm just going to concede because I don't want to waste everyone's time. There's no chance in heck I win this game on the draw with only 1 land. Okay, we're going to make the... Yeah, on the play, I think I can keep in the Thoughtseizes. Actually, on the play, I will bring in an extra Kaito. An extra 2 Kaitos, actually. But yeah, there's mulliganing to 5, I'm going to lose. Mulliganing to 6, keeping a sketchy hand and not getting there, I'm also going to lose. That's just how Magic goes sometimes. Especially in Constructed, where you kind of have to mulligan more aggressively. I would like to play first. And I will keep this. We've got our Kaito, and Witch's Vengeance is a pretty nice combo because they can't really interact with it as well. Do I pay the life? No. I don't really want to pay the life. If they play a Thalia here, it's kind of annoying, but the only card I really care about answering is Adeline right now. Because Adeline is going to avoid Witch's Vengeance. But my hand is very good. I've got 2 targeted removal spells. I've got a Kaito. Okay. This makes a ninja. I will play Kaito, make the ninja, and then pass. If they do play Adeline here, I have enough time where I think I can afford to take 5 this turn, Noxious Grasp, the Adeline, and then be okay. Invasion of Gobakon. Well, that's not good for me. You hate to see that. Oh, that's a really good card. I'm so dead now, aren't I? Oh, well, maybe I got greedy and I was just supposed to Witch's Vengeance. 100% blocking. And now my Witch's Vengeance doesn't even do anything against them. Well, that's not good. Feels rough to lose this matchup after the way I was able to sideboard in like my entire sideboard against them. But now they have the Cathar. Thalia, okay. Okay. If they sacrifice the light shield array, I'm very happy. Okay. Gain 2 life. Kill Thalia. Kill this guy. They'll sacrifice light shield array? No, they will not. Huh. That's a little bit surprising. I mean, Kaito's dead here. I'm surprised they didn't save their 5/6. I am surprised, but they're out of cards. They have a couple Mutavaults. I guess Sheoldred really is just a really good card in this matchup. It's like a trump card almost. It was so hard to beat. This light shield array is really annoying though. Okay. So if they fire up the Mutavaults, I'm fine here. They take a lot of damage. So they're at 6 now. If they attack with Mutavault, yep, we win the match. Huge. So we got the win there. I'll see you folks next round. Welcome to round number 2. Again, we just can't get a functional mana base. They did reveal a Karuga, the Macro Sage companion. We have to mulligan this, just not a functional hand. We get to keep this though. And then we will put back Fatal Push because they don't have any cheap cards. Or at least they probably have tokens or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I do not know what they do. But I will say, before I get too deep into this match, I want to shout out Card Hoarder for sponsoring this by letting me use the cards from their lending service. So if you want to play Magic online, play some Pioneer, Modern, whatever, Card Hoarder is a great place to go because you don't have to actually purchase all the cards that you will end up using. I'm going to Thoughtseize them right away. The Thieves Guild doesn't do much. Oh, Tolsimir. Oh, they're playing like 5 color or something. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Bone Crusher Giant. Sarah wants to help me get a car, so I'll help you get a car. Okay, there is Karuga still, but okay. So we know most of the stuff they have. Okay, Glacial Fortress gone. Okay, Bone Crusher. So Leyline Binding can't take care of Sheoldred, so maybe I just didn't want them to go Bone Crusher, then play Bone Crusher. I don't know. It just feels worse to me. Because they don't actually have that many types for this Leyline Binding. They only have 2, because these aren't really sort of lands you want for that. And send in the gang. They didn't bring Karuga to their hands. They have something to play. Thanks for the follow, Marco. I appreciate it. So what do they have in their hand if they didn't bring Karuga? Okay, they have planes. One unknown card. They now can Leyline Binding. So if I play Sheoldred, it's almost certainly getting Leyline Binding. Okay. So next turn they're going to play Tolsimir. I should have played Soaring Thought-Thief before combat so that I could mill them for 2. Maybe they're afraid of removal spells, but... Did they... Oh, I milled this on Petal Grove too, okay. Fires of Invention, Savai Triome. Okay. So if I'd played the Soaring Thought-Thief, they would have... Perfect, I got them to use the Leyline Binding. Oh, they use it on that. Interesting. And then they're gonna Tolsimir it. Well, I'm still just gonna play this Sheoldred. Because if they do play Tolsimir, then I have Heartless Act. And I can just attack them with Sheoldred and stuff. Use Kaito and stuff. Because now that I've got their Leyline Binding out, it's a lot easier. Their Leyline Bindings will cost like 1 mana now, because they have 4 types. They don't have Swamp, but maybe they're only playing 4 colors. Fires of Invention makes a lot of sense. They have Dragon Lord Atarka, Enigmatic Incarnation. Their deck seems cool. Heliod, okay. Okay, Enigmatic Incarnation. Sure. We are going to try to kill Heliod, or... Enigmatic Incarnation is really annoying here. Because they're going to get something like Dragon Lord Atarka or something. Deals 5 damage. Really not great for me. They have the combo. I helped set it up. I need a counter spell. Okay. We milled another Leyline Binding. They block, sure. They messed that up. I was hoping to play Kaito this turn. Huh. If I had sent them to 9, like just kill Heliod before combat, that might have been better. I didn't think they'd block. Because if they were at 7 right now, it would be a lot scarier for them. I could have also just played into this story this turn. They're just going to Enigmatic Incarnation, get something huge with Leyline Binding by sacrificing that. But then I will get back my Rogue guy, which could be a good attacker. Yeah, again, if I'd got them to a lower life total, it would be a better attacker. I wish I'd drawn a Thoughtseize that turn. That would have been nice. Thanks for the follow, Gargantua. Welcome back, Thieves Guild Enforcer. This is my chance. Let's see what they get. I don't know too much about their deck. I know they're going to get a big creature, but they already... I don't know how many Dragon Lord Atarkas they play. Maybe they just play a ton. Oh, they play a Traxa. Oh, gosh. So they got so much stuff. Okay. Their hand is stacked. And it doesn't count as card draw. Oh, yeah. Atraxa makes sense as a card for them to get. Gosh, this doesn't seem like a good matchup for me. I mean, I have counter spells. So maybe post board it gets better, but... This has lifelink too, of course it does. And I already used my Heartless Act. Oh no. Is this an artifact? No, it's not. I'm so dead. They're taking 8. Oh my gosh, that's so brutal. I was so close to getting them. Oh man. I'm gaining a lot of life. And I found my go to the throat. I just don't think it's enough. They go to 1. Ugh. So if I had killed that Heliod, maybe they would have been forced to block. So they go up to 8. And then they can play like Fires of Invention, play 2 massive cards. Or I guess they can't play Fires of Invention and 2 massive cards. They can play Fires of Invention and Coma, and then sacrifice Fires of Invention to get something else. Is what I imagine they'll do. Because this counts as one of your spells. Yep. Coma's Coil. What creature are they getting? Kenrith. Do they have enough to gain the life? They do not. Oh, that's not great. Yeah, I'm just dead. I was thinking I could maybe win this game by like forcing them to draw cards with Faerie Mastermind and stuff. But that's just not a realistic win con here. I'm just gonna have to win this game post board. The old-fashioned way. Okay. At least I have good sideboard cards here. Bring in all of those. I know they have some graveyard stuff, so maybe I want the Cling to Dust, but probably not the Unlicensed Hearse. I'll cut the Fatal Pushes. Sheoldred seem a little bit clunky. They are huge, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to be tapping out. I want to keep in my Go for the Throat and my Heartless Act and my Thoughtseizes. And I kind of want to keep in Faerie Masterminds. Faerie Mastermind could be the cut. But I think I'm just going to try cutting the Sheoldred. Because I want to just hold up my counter magic and play at instant speed against them, I think. Even though Sheoldred did so much work that game. I think that one turn, if they hadn't blocked with Heliod, I might have been able to eke out a win. I didn't play around the Stomp. I would like to play first. And we have a good hand here. Also, I might have been able to do a little bit more damage. And I'm going to play around Stomp by just playing my Soaring Thought-Thieves. And then I'm going to play another Soaring Thought-Thief. And they still revealed Karuga, so they can't cast anything really here. Unless it's just, cause I don't think there's like a card that... And now I have 8 cards in their graveyard already. Which means my guy's hitting them for 3. I have so much pressure this game. Not even fair. Oh gosh, Radiant Flames is so good against me. I really hope they don't have one in their hands. Oh my gosh, that card would just sweep me. I would probably just surrender on the spot if they have it here. Maybe that's why they kept their hand, is because they're just going to Radiant Flames me. Oh no. That card was not on my radar. Oh gosh. If they don't have it, I'm going to win though. Of course they have it. Ah, that's so painful. Oh, that's so painful. I don't think there was an option for me. This was what my hand did this game. Oh, they put Karuga in their hand. Oh gosh, I'm in business. Well, I'm glad I have a little Spell Pierce and stuff. I will know not to extend so hard next time. So they brought in a Radiant Flames. They brought in... I guess that's the only sideboard card I've really seen. I'm saving my Cling to Dust in case they have Heliod. But if they have Heliod, they're dead anyway. So if they play something I have to counter, I will also. I'm not going to play around Settle the Wreckage. I don't think they would play that card. When you're playing all the colors, you have better options, I think. There's Heliod. Okay, they get rid of my Soaring Thought-Thief. Oh, they get rid of that guy. Should have done it while it was on the stack, I guess. I had such a blistering start here. That was wild. Okay, so we're on to game 3. This one's going to be a little bit harder. I do think that Sheoldred might not be where I want to be because I'm pretty terrified of Leyline Binding. It's a pretty clean answer. Ray of Enfeeblement does kill Heliod. But what would I cut for it? I guess Brazen Borrower or something. They don't really draw a lot of cards. And I don't really want to let Heliod resolve. But it is a problematic creature for me. Okay. I will keep this. Hoping they don't have Radiant Flames again, but I might be able to get a Kaito rolling. And if I can get Kaito Shizuki rolling, that'll give me a lot of flexibility. And I have a kill spell that can kill Heliod if they do play it. They don't have red mana right now, which is encouraging. Because that means that they can't Radiant Flames me. Okay, there goes an enigmatic. That's good. And there's a drown in the Loch. That's very good. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do this now to get in for the extra 2 mil. There's Fire's Invention and Breeding Pool. Because that means that my Drown in the Loch will be able to do more stuff. And I put on a more powerful clock. They can still untap and Radiant Flames me, but I did just mill a Sacred Foundry, which means their untapped red sources, maybe they have less of them. If they had a red source among their tap lands, I don't think I would have done this. But yeah, now they don't have a red source at all. Touch the Spirit Realm, okay. Sure. So how greedy do I want to be? If they just untap, jam, Enigmatic Incarnation, I'm going to be... So it's... The real question is, if they just play an Enigmatic Incarnation, which they kept a pretty slow hand, and so I would get back my 2/3, my guy. They would have a Heliod, which I could then kill. So I think this is worth doing. Because it's not going to be game losing for me, and even though they'll have an Enigmatic Incarnation to play, I will be able to do some stuff, and I've got a card advantage engine now, which will be useful going forward. Ooh, Thoughtseize is going to be really good. Really, really good. So this turn, I assume they'll play Enigmatic Incarnation, sacrifice Touch of the Spirit Realm, get a Heliod, get back Fires of Invention. Oh, if they do nothing this turn, that's insane for me. Oh my gosh. So slamming the Kaito was huge. Okay, their upkeep leyline binding me. Exile target non-land permanent. Well, shucks. I am going to drown in the Loch that. Because that's the most terrifying card for them to have in play, because that makes their enigmatic incarnations actually really scary. I'm going to play the black version of it. And then I will attack. Draw a card with Kaito. I'm playing it as a... I probably could have waited on which version to play it as. Plus to draw a card. And then I will Thoughtseize. Because, again, the worst that can go wrong is probably them playing. Oh, they don't have a red source. Perfect. And I will take Fires of Invention. And then I'll pass. Okay, so they found a red source, which means they can stomp my guy. Okay, and they have an Otawara as their last card. And now they have Karuga as well. Yeah, Rogues is a sick deck, Karmic. Okay, so now my Thief guy's there. So I will Thoughtseize away their Karuga. And then I will attack. Plus, getting this Kaito has been absolutely massive. Yeah, I don't have the deck command set up. You'll see it after this game, though. Okay, so I know they have an Otawara. Okay, I'm glad I have this Heartless Act that I've been sitting on. Hey, Quack Quack. Things are good. Okay. I can just play Faerie Mastermind here, and then it won't trigger this thing, but that doesn't matter. And then I can kill their guy, and this way I just hit them for more damage next turn. Their last card in hand is Otawara. I think I'm glad that I didn't play the Sheoldred. Okay. And they don't even have anything like... They can't cast Atraxa right now. If they do draw it, they're 1 mana short. Yep. And they don't have a Radiant Flames right now. Oh gosh, that's disgusting. Temporary lockdown shuts me down super hard. Is that lethal if I do that? I think it is. I'm -7, and then I can get... Oh, I don't have 3 of them left. But I can get 2 Thieves Guild Enforcers. I'm just going to assume that they have Leyline Binding, but I have a counterspell for it, so it doesn't matter. Sure, I'll Emblem. And then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to attack with everything. No, I have to fire this guy up. Got the win. Yes! That was a tough match. I'll see you folks in the final round. Welcome to the final round. We will go first. Why can't I get a functional opening hand? This hand is not keepable. Not keepable at all. I've had to mulligan a lot, it feels like. Okay, this hand is much better. Much better. We'll keep this. And then we'll ditch Spell Pierce, I think. Or maybe we'll ditch Thieves Guild Enforcer. I'm going to ditch Spell Pierce because it's the sort of card that's in some matchups pretty useless. Oh. What is this deck? I have never seen this deck before. So they have... I guess Spell Pierce would have been good. Okay, well, I don't really want to deal with this Saheeli. The Rona also seems pretty dang good. If I had a Spell Pierce, I'd be much happier with this hand. I'm going to get rid of Rona. Portable Hole will eat my Thieves Guild Enforcer. Yeah, I think I have to get rid of Rona. That's really bad for me. I have no idea what their deck is. I've never seen that deck before. It looks like an artifacts deck. Yep. Okay, Watery Grave tapped. They don't have an answer to Sheoldred. Okay, so they're doing that. 2 cards enter the reveal zone. Oh, exile zone, I guess. Dig through time. Okay, well, they can't cast that right now. I'm going to play this Thieves Guild Enforcer now. Milling them might be bad. I'm probably going to need Graveyard Hate against them if they're playing Mishra's Research stuff. But playing this now means that they can't untap and jam Saheeli unless they are willing to let me keep my guy, which they probably are, to be fair. Oh gosh, thank goodness they can't quite dig through time this turn. Oh, they can only choose one. Okay, right, yeah. Okay, we're going to see how their deck works. It is a good matchup for Spell Pierce, for Mystical Dispute. Negate. Even Fatal Push is looking pretty good against these Ronas. Portable Hole seems really good against me. Okay, so they play that. Okay, so they're going to play Saheeli and then Mox Amber. That makes sense. What? They're not playing Mox Amber. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That is very interesting. We'll just play this. If they are some kind of card draw combo deck, then I'll attack Saheeli. And we'll just see what happens. Because Sheoldred's just like fun police on a lot of decks like this. It just does so much stuff. Okay, so they play that. Portable Hole takes out my Thieves Guild, as I anticipated. Mox Amber now instead of last turn. Interesting. I don't know why you would delay. Maybe they're storm comboing or something, but I don't think any storm cards are in this format, really. They unearth the research desk. They use the research desk. Find another research desk and a canal. They're probably going to take the research desk. Yep. Take the research desk. Make a lot of tokens and stuff. Force them to chump with one of their guys. They are making an army here. And I'll flash this thing eventually. It's a little bit of cool synergy with Sheoldred because you can start drawing extra cards and forcing them to lose 2 life. So I don't know anything in their hand anymore. Okay, what are they going to exile? Rona and Dig Through Time. They're probably going to take Dig Through Time. I have to imagine that's what they'd take. This matchup seems like it'll get a lot better for me post-board. As many combo matchups do for these kind of controlling decks. Yep, I will flash in my Faerie. My mill cards do seem to help them, but I can't really cut my mill package. Taxahili. Taxahili. I know I can do damage to them, but I'm really worried, and I kind of want to kill their Saheeli here. Like, I feel like that'll probably be an instrumental part of their combo. I could have done 2 to them, and they would be at 10. Dig Through Time really hoses some of my counters. I can almost never counter it with Drown in the Loch. Their deck is cool. I don't know what it's going to be doing, though. Like, what's its end game? I have no clue. I'm so lost. I'm lost. And don't know where to find them. Okay. They're at 9. On their end step, I'm going to use Faerie Mastermind because I'll draw 2 cards and they'll draw 1. That'll do an extra 2 to them. They're unearthing. Cool. There's got to be some sort of end game here. There's another portable hole. They'll take that for sure. Okay. They have to lose a life to do it, though. So they draw a card, they lose a life. I draw another card. Another Sheoldred, okay. Not the best. But they are maybe running out of stuff to do? I have no idea. Do they have ways to kill Sheoldred? I assume they do. Whoa, they shock it in. Oh, it's a Jeskai Ascendancy deck. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, Mox Amber, sure. Sure. Okay. But if they do draw and discard with this thing, then they die. Oh. I see, I see. Yeah. Are they going to go for it? I guess they have to. I'm just going to yield. Yeah, they have 2 lethal threats. Okay. That's fine. I won't make them go through the motions. They're going to make 2 infinite powered guys and kill me. Okay, okay. I see, I see. I see what's happening. I see what's happening, yeah. Bring in those. Bring in all my counter magic. Even Disdainful Stroke is good. Witch's Vengeance actually seems like it could be okay against all those Thopters. Maybe I'll just bring in Fatal Pushes. This card lines up well. I'm trying to control their graveyard. I really want to cut that guy. Brazen Borrower seems useless, or relatively useless at least. This card seems really good. I can cut these 2 guys, I think. I think Fatal Push covers all my removal bases pretty well. Drown in the Loch seems a little bit sketchy. Hmm. What do I want here? Faerie Mastermind doesn't seem the best. It's all their card draw. I guess they have Rona and stuff. I tend not to shave any of my rogues because they're kind of my pressure and win condition a lot of the time. I really want these guys, though. Probably not. I do cut a lot of stuff if I do this. I think this is better, though. I don't really want them. Their graveyard seems really easy for them to keep down, thanks to their delve stuff. Could get rid of Drown in the Loch, too. This is a weird situation. I could have also just trimmed like 1 copy of a few things. I tend not to sideboard like that, though. In my head, it's like if 1 copy of the card's bad, then all the copies are bad. I'll keep this hand. It's not a great hand by any means, but it is a hand. I guess I should have taken the Saheeli last game instead of the Rona. Maybe. I'll get rid of a research desk. No, because then it'll just come back. Yeah, I'll get rid of Jace. Even though Jace is kind of the card I want them to have when I have a Faerie Mastermind. But they'll just loot on my turn. Their hand is pretty Thoughtseize proof. Maybe I'm supposed to cut Thoughtseize. Okay, that's a good card in the matchup, I think. The fact that their Mishra's research desk is just not interacting with Fairy Guy at all is funny. Okay, so they get a land. I am glad that I have my anti-graveyard stuff in. Because getting rid of their Mishra's research desks seems like value. Just so much card advantage. Oh, that's huge. That's exactly what I wanted. Some card advantage of my own. I think I need to have 4 Kaitos in this deck. Kaito always feels like the best card for me to draw. I'm always happy to draw Kaito. Maybe that's just my personal way I play the deck, or the way I sideboard with the deck, or whatever it is. Monastery Mentor. Well, that's bad for me. That's real bad. Okay. Okay, attack. Pray. And nope. Okay. Well, that's not great. They're going to make some tokens for sure. Oh, they have 2 prowess guys. That's kind of annoying. And they can't play that, which is nice. Oh, until the end of the next turn, so they can play that. Okay. But I can counter it now. I suspect Kaito will die. But Kaito has gotten me a lot of cards. Oh, Kaito lives. Oh, Mystical Dispute is so good. I've been doing a lot of damage to them here, just by Faerie Mastermind. So would I rather have a 1/1 unblockable or another card? I think a card. I'll play that. Now my Otawara can actually protect Kaito to some degree. Another Monastery Mentor. Okay. Thank goodness I get to Mystical Dispute that. They have Mystical Disputes post board as well. Interesting. Oh, they don't have a non-creature. Oh. Oh, did I not sideboard out Sheoldred? I thought I did. Oh no, I sideboarded out my Thieves Guild guys. Okay, well. Play this. Fire up this. And then hope they don't have a combo kill. I feel like they need a little bit of setup for it. So yeah, I put them to 1. Maybe that's a mistake, but do they have it? Okay, they're unearthing. Jason Tormod's Crypt. Got the win in game 2. Okay. Game 3. So they have Monastery Mentor, eh? Yeah, I'm really happy to have all my graveyard interaction. Witch's Vengeance seems really good, potentially. Seems probably better than Sheoldred on the draw. And then I probably want to bring back in my Noxious, my Heartless Act and go for the throat. Noxious Grasp only kills Mentor. And if I wanted something that only killed Mentor, I would probably rather have Ray of Enfeeblement. I definitely want those two back in. And I think Ray of Enfeeblement shouldn't come in just against the Mentor. I'm glad I didn't have Thieves Guild Enforcers. They didn't seem like they would have done much because they seem to able to make a lot of tokens. Into the Story seems tough to use as well. Brazen Borrower can be okay against Retraction Helix stuff. But I don't really want the card. It's just a bit too mana inefficient. And I'm going to cut the Sheoldreds. And I'm going to cut... one Kaito on the draw. I always want to draw Kaito, though, it feels like, though. Maybe I'll cut one Disdainful Stroke. And we'll try it like that. Let's see if I can get an unlicensed Hearse going or something. Well, I think this is a keeper. Pretty good opener on the draw. I've got a turn 1 Thoughtseize, just what I want. They have a turn 1 Research Desk, sure. I considered cutting Thoughtseize because they have a lot of redundancy in their deck. Like, these Research Desks aren't really good to Thoughtseize away. Okay, so they have Emery, Monastery Mentor, and Rona. I can kill Rona with Drown in the Loch. Portable Hole I don't care about. I think I get rid of Emery. So, what's the plan? They're going to play Rona. I'm going to hold up. I'm going to probably play something. They can Rona loot for a couple turns. I'm going to get rid of... I definitely feel like getting rid of Mentor is good. But I probably should just get rid of Rona. Because I can use my removal spells on the other two guys that they have. And they can't do anything super proactive this coming turn now. Oh, they can play Emery. Perfect. Okay, they play Emery. Which then sets up my Drown in the Loch. Okay, they have a Skrelv. That's actually really annoying. Or it would be. Under conventional circumstances. So I'll kill this now. And then they play their Monastery Mentor, hopefully without a follow-up 0 drop. Oh, they need a land. Right. So they'll find... Oh, they find a land. They can play the land now. And I can counter the Monastery Mentor, so it doesn't even matter if they have a follow-up play. Ooh. Oh, that's a really good card. Really, really good. Portable Hole can exile target non-land permanent, though. So I have to wait on it for a little bit. I have to wait at least a little. Faerie Mastermind might have been a good cut, honestly. They don't have a lot of card draw in their deck. They're unearthing, sure. Yep. They're looking for a land, I guess. Yep. Yep. I'm trying to play a card that's a good target for Portable Hole. I really wanted to draw a land there. But that's okay. What did I mill? If I mill enough of their combo pieces, I can maybe get them. Yep. And then they use their Portable Hole. Perfect. And then they have 4 cards that I don't know about, but 3 cards I don't know about. No cards I don't know about. Okay. Which one do I get rid of? I think I get rid of the Jeskai Ascendancy. Because I can't get rid of that once it hits the battlefield, whereas the other ones aren't going to be played for a little bit. I'm going to play the hearse now. And then I will pass. Okay. Yep. Bitter Reunion giving haste is annoying. I need to hit land drops. That's what I really need to do. Okay, they get rid of an Emery. And they find a Jeskai Ascendancy. That's bad. You can't Thoughtseize the top of their deck, as the saying goes. That could be useful. We'll see, we'll see. I need some lands. This is a crazy match. I don't exactly know how they'll win if I Fatal Push their Retraction Helix target. Unearth only as a sorcery, okay. I'm gonna play this guy because he hits a little bit harder. That's a good card to have access to. Attack for 2. They'll go for their workshop on end step. Maybe. Dang it, I wasn't able to empty their graveyard fast enough. Yep, they get 2 cards that they want. I have 2 removal spells, so the Retraction Helix has to fight through a lot. I might have been supposed to take out Drown in the Loch, honestly. Yeah, so in response to that, I'll exile these two. So what are they going to go for here? I don't know which cards they're exiling. I guess I'll figure out which one they pick. Because they have so many cards in exile. So I know one of the cards in there. There's another dig through time? Really? One, two, three, four, five. They can't even cast it. I guess it was maybe the other option wasn't very good. This is an intense matchup. They can't combo at instant speed, so that's good to know. Saheeli. Oh, that's so bad for me. That's so bad for me. So bad for me. Oh, they draw another card. I get to draw a card. That's good for me. And it's a Spell Pierce. Okay. Well, I'm not going to use the Spell Pierce quite yet. But Saheeli's really bad for me. Oh, that's also really bad for me. Oh, they're going to go for the combo. That's what they're doing. Okay. If only I had an extra mana, I would have been in much better shape this game. They loot away that. They can give it haste with Bitter Reunion and then go for the Retraction Helix. Oh, they looted away Retraction Helix? I think so. So I think I have no idea what's in their hand. Okay, if they're trying to set up their graveyard for a dig through time play. My Fatal Push can kill the servo token. So dig through time is good for gone for good. Perfect. I think every point of damage counts here. It's okay because I can play my second hearse. So Healy down. And I still have Spell Pierce and Fatal Push up. And Gopher Throat can't kill the servo token anyway. So maybe playing the second hearse was a mistake. Rona. Sure. Give it haste. Okay. Sure, I draw a card off the Faerie Mastermind. They have 2 cards in hand. My Spell Pierce is very, very, very active. My Fatal Push is very, very, very active. And I can end step go for the Throat Rona. I feel like my deck gets so much better against them post board, and I even miss sideboarded by like leaving in some like random stuff. Gosh. Retraction Helix. Well, we are not going to let that one happen. Sorry, buddy. And they only have 1 Retraction Helix left. How do they win without Retraction Helix? That's the question. I'm going to do that. I think I got them. I think we have them right where we want them. This was an insane match. Yes! Because we were going to be able to crew up our 6/6 with our 2/3 rogue, hit them for 9, have up all of our stuff. Gosh, that was awesome. If you're wondering why the league ended, it's because I played 2 practice matches beforehand, which I did lose. But those were against Rakdos, which I think is a bad matchup that I'll have to tweak the deck to be better against. But overall, 3 very intense wins, 2-1, 2-1, and 2-1. Feels good to get a nice little positive winning record there. And hopefully you learned something about this deck, which I think is quite good, though it does need some tweaking to be better against the Rakdos matchup, I think, which I will probably be doing a little bit of, or at least theory crafting it. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see more Pioneer videos on the channel. Shout out to Card Hoarder for lending me the cards needed to make this video. So if you are looking for someone to have a lending service with on Magic Online, check them out. And then also, if you are interested in more Pioneer, let me know which deck you would like me to play in the future. If you did make it all the way till the end of this video, in the comments section down below, leave hashtag Rogue time, because this is a pretty cool deck, and we did get to do some cool Rogue shenanigans. But yeah, really cool matchups. Got there in the end, 3-0 in the video, and so that's pretty fun as well. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.